My name is Marcelo Russo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Fri3nds Agency, a creative technology agency that started around 5 years ago. I'm originally from Argentina. I started my life in technology way about now 19 to 20 years ago. And my journey has taken me through all of the different phases of professional and personal development, going from when I started understanding what technology was to now being a happy leader of my own organization with my team and serving customers that are primarily in the US. When I first came across the post that you did, Jose, it was a very tumultuous time for the agency. We were seeing the first problems of a lack of personal clarity on why are we doing what we're doing. After years of actually having great success, we were struggling to attract the type of clients that were the cause of that success. When the pipeline started, our sales pipeline started to have with gaps in between, and we tried to turn into our marketing capabilities to outreach and connect to other people. We realized that we were heavily underinvested in our core, and we've been doing branding exercises and uncovering business needs, and it's really hard sometimes to read the label of the bottle from inside. So whenever we were trying to do it for us, we were not successful, honestly. We tried it alone by doing myself. I was the facilitator internally. That didn't quite elicit the freedom of thought that I was going for my team. My team was not either in the right mind space to execute that. Years later, we tried it out with another agency that was already working with us doing designs, and we thought that closeness was going to help us delucidate a little bit better what are our core messages. It did improve, but we never got deep into what has been our core. And your offer of starting a personal core with me and getting this insider coaching suddenly felt like it was the missing piece for our efforts, for my personal efforts. I'm a very analytical person. I'm trying to be logical and strict, and I was feeling that was not the whole picture. I like to use my analytical skills, but I needed a creative piece to put before those analytic, the divergence before my convergence thinking. And when you said this, you advertised it as my core, that was so deeply resonating with me, because I realized that even though I have a co-founder that is my best friend and we met each other so long ago, this still needed to be a very core piece of me, a very deep piece of me. And when the opportunity arose to work with the master of core under my eyes, was amazing. And after our first conversation, I realized what a difference there is between practitioners and experts. The exercises were the same exercises that I did, that the company that we work with did, but at the same time, they were not. There was a free flow of creativity and guidance that even for the pact that we had made of understanding our personalities, it was still deep and rich and complete every time we moved. Even we didn't complete the exercise, but we completed the objective. And that opened it up for me to realize that that's the real way of doing core. It's not a rigid exercise, it's fluid in motion. And when we manage in my core to create that container for my personality, that with all of that creativity inside, that was a light bulb moment. For me, it gave me the clarity that I needed to understand who do I want to talk to and why do I want to talk to that person. But in the end, and looking at where we are today, right now, I realized that ended up being who I am and who I want to attract, and without any expectation as to how to leverage that definition, that core, those results, those co-creators, they started manifesting. The situations, ways that I expressed our objectives, or I communicated with our clients, or I showed my team how to care for an account, they all started to synthesize along those lines organically, the lines that we had created. And we had this amazing situation where our next big client ended up being exactly the co-creators that we designed, which, thinking about it, was a pure manifestation of my core. And I got the opportunity now to again take that one step further and work with José, with you, inside that same project, seeing again the other angle of core, and how, as we were continuing the coaching together, you were showing me how the client core and my core were aligning and expanding. And that ended up opening my own mind on how to see the networks and how to see these connections between you, José, my clients, my team, my Latin American community, my American clients, and everything started to flourish. I was able to trust the result of my core, that as long as I speak from that side of my truth, I keep on bringing opportunities that drive me and my company forward. Mysteriously, I would add, according to my logic brain, mysteriously to that objective, from communities in Latin America that are suddenly looking for the connections that I can bring, to other communities in Latin America looking for the knowledge that I can provide from working with US clients, to being a better person of service to my current clients, because I can see the networks and I can see their needs and how we can connect them to each other. And I don't believe that anything that has happened so far and everything that I just told would have been possible if I hadn't gone through the initial exercises and trusted that the process of core was peeling the layers of what was not needed for us. Because clarity for me came from being able to say no to the things that I thought I wanted, that they felt interesting, but they were not aligning to where I wanted to take the company. And instead of becoming a friction no, it became an organic no to those things. I no longer needed to think, is this what I want? I began to be able to trust a bit more my instinct on where something was not resonating with the direction that we wanted to take. And today, I feel the most hopeful I've been in a year regarding how I can go and present myself in front of clients, from as a person, as a CEO, as a co-founder, but most importantly, as someone of service for them. I know that work opportunities are gonna arise, but I'm not desperate for them. I really care about finding them because I know that there's amazing talent that wants to shine through that opportunity, that they are waiting, and they are so amazing that they don't even realize that they could get to that point. And I want to be that bridge that shows them, it's like, you could, here it is. I want to be that vessel, that container of talent that then they can jump and do their own thing. That would be my prize, to be able to keep on working with amazing people, to keep on helping these amazing people and see them grow beyond each one of our engagements and tasks. And I think, José, you have given me that first step into that platform. it is going to be a very heavily opinionated piece in this part. AI is coming, and that was my first, not red flag, but that was my first need deep in here, that my fear is opening a browser window and staring into a fake internet filled with AI content that has been mass produced because now we can. And my reaction, my co-founder, my best friend and co-founder reaction was, we need the soul. We need to make sure that this stays human. So probably a CEO is facing this challenge to another agency CEO. It's like how to maximize what they're doing without losing your own soul. But it's really difficult to protect your soul if you don't know what it is. What is that thing that performs kind of like an ikigai of your company? It's like it's that connection between what you deliver and what your clients want. And adding that to your humanity is what my core allowed us to do. It's like it allowed us to peel the layers of business, reach what I would consider the soul of my company, of Friends, and why we call it Friends and how we present ourselves. And that enabled us to again open the floods of letting things happen, because we know that there's no way that we are going to lose this perception of our soul after it has been co-created, rather than told and say, use it to wear it and see how you feel about it. Does it worth the investment? I would do it again. So yes, it's totally worth the investment. Maybe I resonate so much with the worthiness of the investment because this was also a healing process for me. A lot of people cross paths with woo-woo people and do business with woo-woo people. And unfortunately, not every woo-woo person has the ethical boundaries, level, quality that you have, Jose, paired with the experience to back up that ethics. The way that you managed your personality and the woo-woo-ness in order to make it fit with my evil dorky, with my logical personality, is nothing short than masterful, because it recreated the seniority that it was in my head for people executing those tasks. Instead of having to worry about the micromanagement and the content of the deliverables, I found a person that even in all of the woo-ness, they know how to diverge, how to expand the ideas, but never made me feel that this was an infinite expansion, that then someone, that not you, Jose, right? That someone else was going to magically converge it. And knowing that there is someone able to do those two things gave me the peace of mind to, one, let the experts be the experts, but at the same time, let other people like me, CFOs, controllers, and project managers, to still understand how to control a project that doesn't look exactly like a waterfall aggressive metric thing. That we still have deadlines, we still have deliverables, we still meet them, but the human portion of the approach, the human portion of the delivery has been maximized so much that I've never had my clients repeat so many times in subsequent meetings how much they are enjoying the process. I, of course, heard them say, I love the result and to be happy with the results. But the process, I enjoy a co-creation process. And I felt like this was a real co-creation process, both for my core as well as my customers.